Salvage Motorsports. Welcome back to Salvage Motorsports. This is a 3000 GT Vr4. It's been sitting here for the past 3 years, and now it's time to get it back together and make it better than ever. It's got a full 99 conversion, in exception of one thing, the sail panels. We're really excited to get this thing back on the road and start driving it again. Like, subscribe, and share the channel if you're digging this content.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna have to push the car in because the finger snap didn't work.
I think we're gonna have to peel the wrap off of this thing. Yeah. It's gonna be awful, dude. It's gonna be so bad. It's been on here for what, like 5 years? I just saw a reminder, like a memory the other day of when he was putting it on. Probably just paint the car white. That's what we'll do. We'll just dismantle it and have Ryan paint it. And hopefully you can fix that fender that the piece of exhaust fell on it from the top shelf.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. Ready? Slightly better.
Yeah.
Psych. The rotors are just caked up with rust, is what it is.
They're not
And as soon as we hit that spot where the rotor's caked up with rust, it just wants to stop, like we're hitting the brakes.
We just need to keep the speed on.
Yeah, the speed that we don't have. But yeah, I'm thinking to just repaint this car white. I like it red, but I don't want to repaint the whole car, jams and everything.
Yeah.
Might as well just keep it white.
And the car's finally in the shop. Oh, we're gonna.
Why not? This lock's stuck or something.
Front mount can still run on this car. It looks so good with the front mount.
Did you guys get rid of it because it needed lower temps?
Yeah, it was overheating with the big front mount on the road course.
Blocking all the air to the radiator?
Yep. This car looks neglected. Looks like somebody drove it, and then they drove it real hard, and then they're like, you know what? I'm tired of playing with it. Let's let it sit out front of the shop for like 3 years. Yeah, because you know what? We haven't drove this car since what?
Since you guys sold that trans.
No, even then, even before then I didn't drive the car.
Yeah.
Like, what's the last grid life we went to? Wisconsin?
I thought the last event period was Waterford, I thought.
Waterford? And then it made it one lap before it shot a bolt right into the timing?
Yeah.
And then it didn't jump time, but it took out the crank sensor.
Yeah.
Got lucky.
Yeah, that was.
And then that was it. Then it sat. And that was before 2020. It was before COVID.
Yeah.
West Michigan. Yeah, that was Gingerman. We should have video of it. I think Pam was in the car too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, what happened was we were going through the S-curve that goes down, and we caught up to all these like Miatas, and I went to go hit the brakes going down an incline. The whole body lifted and we lost traction as we were going through an S-curve going down an incline. And then we were just like, whoa! Okay, as soon as we lost traction, I felt it in the car, and I'm like, I think I looked over the pan, like, yeah, this isn't gonna be good. And we went straight off the track, nose first. It was awful. I used to have a sweet splitter up here on the front. It got rolled up like, I don't even know, like some sort of taquito.
Is it the one that everyone puts underneath that like?
Oh man, I forgot. What was the guy's name that made that?
The shape of the bumper?
No.
Skillard?
It was a Skillard one, yeah. And he don't make them no more. I reached out to him like, oh, can I buy another one? He's like, I don't make them. And I wish I would have laid it down and got the layout of it. before it got destroyed.
Yeah, this thing's so sick. It's gonna be.
Dude, it's even sicker with the arrow on it. I loved it so much.
It's talking to us. It's letting us know.
What, the jack?
Yeah.
What was talking was a jack. It's saying, this thing's heavy AF, bud. Hurry up and get this thing off of me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got a real special treat for you today. One of my personal cars that I've owned for the last 13 years. It currently does not run at the moment because it was having a pre-detonation issue, which I believe it was because we went from a wasted spark setup to a sequential setup with a coil-on plug kit that we installed. So at the moment it needs a transmission put back on, along with some fresh fuel, some oil, maybe some fresh spark plugs. One of the reasons we are working on this car right now is because one of our good friends just got a new dyno in his shop and he made some time for us to get it over there and get it on there. All right, you guys ready? Let's get into it. Yeah, it's the driver's side. Oh, sweet, we left my clutch on it the whole time. Cowabunga, dude. All right, actually, let's just take the hood off real quick.
Different color?
It's fiberglass.
Fiberglass, okay.
We're gonna take the hood off the car and throw it right in the garbage.
Okay.
I bought a whole car just for the hood and fenders at auction. It was hitting the rear end, yeah. It's the only car that I've ever bought that had this hood on it from auction.
What kind of hood is it?
What do they call this hood? Like it's a Viper hood, right? Something like that? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a Viper hood.
Yeah, it looks super awesome. That's a really good hood.
Yeah. Hey boss.
Yeah.
You think these floors could be any rougher?
Pretty rough.
So what we're about to do is we're about to remove the intercooler pipes, the blow-through pipes, move some of the electrical out of the way that's a mess down there, and then, you know, get down there and try to put that transmission back on.
It's been a while since this stuff has been apart.
Yeah, can't tell. It's like stuck in there.
That still looks good. It's just dusty, that's all.
One Y pipe. Yeah. You like that?
Yes.
I've got to get
A cheeseburger. Dude,
it's something.
It's really something.
It is really something. It'll be something just to drive it again.
Dude, it's gonna be so awesome.
Every real racer knows it's not how you stand by your car, it's how you race your car. That's sweet. You like that?
Was that your catch can for oil or something?
Yeah, I think we got a better catch can set up in the car that we're going to use
nice.
now.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Because that's kind of janky.
It's empty too.
Would not would not recommend.
1 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Yeah, 1 out of 10 would not recommend. In a pinch, sure.
Or 1 out of 5 stars. If I could do 0, it would be a 0.
Look it, we can see down there now.
Let's see, can I pop it down there? Kind of. There it is.
I don't even remember what clutch I had. Oh, but I am going to take this one out of my way. This clutch should be okay, right? You think this clutch is okay from it sitting without a trans on it or what?
Well, it's basically a full face. If you look right
It's all
here,
aluminum. Yeah.
well, it's a full face, but only the edge right here is just slightly just. But if you look, there's a divot.
I'm sure
it
it'll be
looks like-
fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say one good launch or something, you'll be good.
Yeah. It'll work itself out. Yeah. You know, we gotta have the wheels off to slide the CV. You know, be pretty.
I got so excited that the car's getting back together that I forgot what we have to do to it.
Oh shoot!
Oh. Every time I drove by the lot for the last couple of years, I've been like,
Whoa! Look at that car.
yeah, I'm
Whoa!
waiting.
Look at it, it's still there.
It's
Whoa! Look at 3 years later, it hasn't moved.
it's still in the same spot.
What is wrong with that thing?
Yeah. And then now it's finally time. That's awesome. Which Brembo's are these? From an Evo 10, right?
Yeah.
That's the original video on your site. So if you guys haven't seen how to do a Evo 10 Brembo placement for the 3000 GTs,
It's a big brake kit.
or big, yeah, big brake
something
swap,
like that. You know.
big brake swap, go all the way back to the first
Go
video.
all the way back to like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Very first video on the YouTube channel. Check it out. There's an instructional video on how to do this and what parts you'll need front and back. So check it out.
Check it out. Check it. Check. I like being a fake mechanic. It's fun. Guy on TikTok told me I was a fake mechanic, man.
I know one person said like now you're gonna make a big deal about it every video.
Back again, fake mechanic. Back at it. Really, I'm not doing anything at all. He's just editing the stuff, making it look like I'm working. Straight disappeared on me. Where did it go? There it is. Found it.
And here we go.
Sometimes the longer you ugga-dugga, the looser it gets. Psych. Do a twirl.
Oh yeah, and if anyone's curious about the wheel size, they're
Junk.
18 by 9.5 plus 30 offset for that kind of fitment on this car.
I got a fluid dampener on the other side. It's like a $800 Hallmark balancer.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Grabbing the parts out of the back, reinstalling them on the car, finding a transmission laying around the shop. Yeah.
Rodney, be more enthusiastic.
Super ecstatic all the time.
We
I
got-
get to find a transmission around the shop. Yes! I can't wait to lift a 6-speed transmission that's really heavy and then try to just get the input shaft on that clutch and just fight with it. Sometimes they fight you, sometimes you get it right on. It all depends. Make everybody sick real quick. One CV axle. Look at how clean these CV axles are. Come here and check out my CV axle. It's really clean.
What a guy, what a guy.
What a guy.
All right, let's check these out. Whoa.
Look how clean those are.
Yeah. Wow.
We got them off a low mileage car.
Are they like beefed up or
No,
no? Just stock?
just clean.
Just clean.
Cowabunga, dude. I'll be back.
What are we doing right now?
You want to help and put down the camera or what? It's a heavy transmission. Just drop it on the ground.
All right, guys, let me know if you need any help moving that transmission.
Yeah, work. Yeah, great.
Well,
Awesome.
since we carry it over here, you can put it in.
Yeah, feel free.
Austin, do you think I would do a good job?
No. No, he wouldn't. He'd do an awful job.
What do we got here?
I'd probably grab one.
Rodney, Vr4 trans. All right, that's you. That's your trans. Let's put it in.
I guess, dude. I mean, you could own it if you want to buy it. Whose car was that we did that on last? I can't remember.
Brooks car.
What do you guys think?
He's got a 6-speed, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was his car because we did the video on it.
Yeah. And 2 jacks and an Austin.
What do we have here?
Junk.
Okay.
More junk. Expensive junk. Expensive garbage. A really nice parts car.
These are the coil on plugs that you installed.
Yeah.
They look good.
Thanks.
Are you calling movie phone?
Actually, I guess yeah. Unless you set it on there and you can push it in.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this intercooler pipe out real quick, all the way out. Zip tying it up.
Just so it.
It's the stress off of my brake lines.
Voila.
More space, the better. So we're gonna take the lower intercooler pipe out. I'm gonna take the other one out too, probably. Cool, it rained the good stuff in my face.
You have to get some goggles.
Marc Jacob goggles. How the guy mounted it there, that put it there. Yeah, I like how he did that either.
They only have 2 mounts on them.
If they were mounted all the way, they wouldn't shake. Awesome. I love a good struggle.
Picking a throw-up bearing?
Yeah.
Let's see them. What are the choices?
Because the other 2, this one's really garbage.
So when they start making noise?
This one you shouldn't be able to do that. But these 2 are both good.
Rodney. Ready?
Yeah.
He's getting hungry. He's getting cranky.
I am. Hungry
We were
and
supposed to
tired.
get spaghetti an hour ago.
The boss said I gotta stay here and fix my car for some reason.
Who's the boss?
You. You're clearly the boss.
I didn't know.
Remove a transmission.
Hey, get the folk out of here.
Yep. You just scoop. I just scoop. No big deal.
What if you don't do that?
It wears.
Okay. Where's faster? Putting grease on the shaft. Do you do that too?
Just a little bit. You don't need a lot because if you put too much, it'll spear out to your clutch.
Okay.
Then you'll have a problem. I could have got one of those
One of what?
blankets.
I'm not worried about it. I'm already here.
You holding it?
Good as I can with one hand. It needs to be like pushed back. Can you push it back? I think, right?
Got it? I'm gonna buy you a pair of glasses for when you're underneath the cars.
A pair of Marc Jacob goggles.
What? Marc
pair.
Jacob? Why is it Marc Jacobs?
You don't remember that Lil Wayne verse?
No.
Well, maybe YouTube will tell you about the Lil Wayne verse then. YouTube will school you on how great that Lil Wayne verse was.
Okay. Transmission?
Tightening the bolts.
On the
Transmission.
cool.
And then there's Uncle Rico.
My favorite, by the way. Your
Your mom goes to church.
College.
College? Oh.
Good job. You don't even know the lines of the movie.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey. Quit eating all the freaking chips, Kip.
Make yourself a dang quesadilla. Oh, now you made me forget what I was looking for.
chips.
Drive shaft, drive shaft, drive shaft. To get the
Removing.
T-case on and these bolts in, it's got to come out of the way. What has just been sitting up because, you know, that's where we put it when we were done with the car. But the problem is I tightened up the transmission already.
Bracket,
Holy sh!
bracket, delete.
Scared me.
Where's my transfer case at, actually?
Carbon fiber.
We'd want to have Mark 5 or 5R on it.
Was that one marked?
This one's
We're gonna double it and give it to someone else now.
No, the car or the work?
The work.
Just could use that flicker.
Watch your fingers. Oh, like that?
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
I think I'm missing one small T-case bolt. Oh no, there it is.
There's 2 dowel pins on this.
That's all we need.
Did you ever name your car?
POS. That's a nickname. You like it?
I did.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Did you want to be a mechanic?
No.
Me neither.
Astronaut.
Can I go back in time?
Become an astronaut?
No, I don't want to be an astronaut. That's you. You go back in time and be an astronaut.
Why can't I do it now?
I don't know. Apply to NASA. Maybe you can be an astronaut. I don't know. Have you ever seen Snap-on and a Craftsman ratchet work together in such harmony?
Yes. Just now. Good job. That exhaust isn't going anywhere.
I hope not. I hope it's not going anywhere. There. We almost forgot these bolts.
No, very good that you remembered.
Very good. We got the trans on, T-case, downpipe, drive shaft. I think it's time for the CV axles.
That brake line.
Oh, it's all right. CV axle's gonna go in it and hold it up. Like that. That's nice. Noise.
Noise.
What? The weight of the car to do it instead of trying to lift it. Where did I put those bolts at? There they are on the thing. Camera guy, can you
These
hand
ones?
that to? No, no, not the small ones, the big ones.
These ones?
The big one behind the can. Yeah, that one, and there's one behind the can. Jeez, camera guy don't know his bolts. Hey, you want these real tiny ones for that camber and coilover hub to hold your stuff together?
Stop it.
They're really tiny.
I didn't know that. Don't make fun of me. Jerk.
All right, those ones are in. I gotta do the other side. Are you mocking me? Are you mocking me? Oh.
CV axle going in. Tight squeeze.
Super tight. That's what happens when you put a bunch of aftermarket stuff on your car. It's great. It's great. You take something that's already a tight squeeze and make it even tighter. It's perfect.
Can't even see it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to get like a good spot and it's not happening.
Well, it's hitting on this oil feed line back here. And then that's also hitting on the exhaust.
Bottom's all buttoned up.
What other stuff are you going to do on here? Do you even want me to put this intercooler piping on for it to be in your way? Because you're going to do some other wiring stuff in here to clean this up, right, tomorrow?
I can try to do whatever, yeah.
To try to clean it up?
Yeah, 'cause I guess I can try, see what can be moved and what can't be.
Because there's just so much wiring going on in here, like, I can't remember what this was to. I don't know if we can rewire this a better way. That kind of looks kind of janky, I don't know. Or at least put it up somewhere where it's not flopping around, 'cause I don't know. There's so much aftermarket stuff in here. It's got so much different stuff going on to make it look as neat as possible. But I don't know what all you want me to put back together, because really the only thing here is slave shifter cables, and then the intercooler piping, blow-through piping. That's basically it for the most part. Plug in a couple things, speedometer and reverse lights. Put a ground on that we forgot to put on. Put the starter cable on. Ain't that a ground up in there?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. Gotta go for it. Right about there. Should be good. Slide the bolts in. Mount the catch can, the overflow. Yeah, change the overflow, clean up the vacuum and wiring, make it look as best as possible. You know, it'd be cool to customize this wiring harness on this car. So what do we want to do? Do we want to hook up a starter cable tonight? And I'll start it real quick. That's how good that ethanol content is in that gas.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
So,
I completely forgot you even had that thing.
yeah, the gauge.
Yeah.
So it will tell us how good the gas is or not. So that's not a big deal. We'll figure it out when it starts up.
Okay.
But we're gonna call it a night. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning? I don't know.
143.
1:43. All right, we've been here way too long. We got everything on the bottom buttoned up, so we're good to go there. We just got to add some trans fluid tomorrow. Austin's gonna come and clean up this wiring fiasco stuff here as best as he can. Then we will put the intercooler pipes, blow-through pipes on, get this car started, and see what it's gonna do. You know.
And transmission fluid.
Yeah, I said that. I said transmission fluid. This camera guy don't listen. What is wrong with him? When you play this back, when he rewatches this edit, he's gonna be like, oh, he did say transmission fluid.
Okay, cool. So good work. You did a great job.
Thanks, bud.
Boom. This thing's gonna be so awesome when it's back on the road, and it's not far from that. So
It will be above average.
fire it up tomorrow, and then we're taking it over to get tuning, but that might be a few days. So
Yeah, we'll see if they let us maybe get a clip or two of it on the dyno, hopefully, maybe. We'll see. And we'll actually see if it even needs to go on the dyno. So we had our pre-detonation issue, but we're gonna try to remedy that with the spark plugs maybe. And if that don't work, then we'll take it over there, and it might need a new tune because we did add these coil packs on because this car was running great without the pre-detonation before we put the coil packs on. We went from wasted spark to sequential, so could play some role in it. I'm not too sure. I'm not a tuner, but you know, could need maybe a touch up with the retune, but they'll probably just retune the whole thing. But is what it is. We'll see. We'll see if we can remedy it with the spark plugs. If not, off to the dyno. Either way, we'll go off to the dyno to see what numbers the car puts out. Right? We want to see what it does on the dyno. 19T turbos and a bunch of other goodies on it. Well, actually they're 20T turbos, right? They're actually custom 20T turbos with Subaru housings. I don't even know my own car because I work on the cars so much. I have no idea what car has what on it anymore. They all have 19 or 20 Ts anymore. Everybody always wants to go, I want the biggest and best turbos you could possibly put on it. Usually 19 or 20 Ts. So it's enough for me.
Good night, everyone.
See you later. If I don't see you, good evening and good night, right? Hey, good morning, and if I don't see you, good evening and good night, right? Something like that. I don't know. Close enough.
Many hours later.
Austin made a custom harness and basically deleted a bunch of connections that aren't being used any longer. At the same time, it really simplified things and cleans up the engine bay. Making the new harness took about 10 hours. Great work.
I'm not telling them anything, I'm just getting done one.
One, two, buckle my shoe. There's ECU. Just want to plug it in. AMV2.
Some fresh
E85.
E85.
So whatever tune was on this ECU wasn't the right one. It was only set at 14 pounds of boost and it didn't have a toggle switch set up because we're all running almost the same setup. So are we ready to start it? I just flashed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, should be good.
Should be good.
Sounds good.
Sounds better than yesterday. Does it sound better than yesterday?
A lot better. It doesn't really sound like it's missing. And it doesn't sound like it wants to cut out, does it?
Something not right.
How's it running?
Better than yesterday. Still got a few hiccups. Might be because there's some not so great E85 in the line still, maybe, from when we only drained the gas tank. There might still be some in the lines, maybe. We cleaned out the injectors, but in between the line, you know, the fuel pump and the injectors still could have some bad E85 in it.
20 is lean.
So we're super lean then. Why did we get so lean all of a sudden?
Did it say 20 on the live band?
Yeah. It was until the idle dropped to 1,000.
Oh, you can turn it off. I gotta put the sensor back in.
Car's super lean. I don't know, we're gonna see. We're gonna put the pipes back on and see, restart it and See if that fixes the issue. Hopefully it does. I mean, I rubbed it to $2,000. It still was lean. $3,000 was a little less lean. So
Still 15.
14, 15, yeah.
A lot of variables to.
Oh, I went step by step when I did my mods, so that way we could troubleshoot each mod we did in case it had a problem. So in my personal opinion, I would do one mod at a time. And there we got ethanol content gauge that tells you everything too. Shows you the AFR's ethanol content. Built the whole car out of spare parts basically from other part outs.
Austin's putting the intercooler pipes back on and we're gonna turn it on and see how it performs. All right, intercooler charge pipes are back on. Man, this looks a lot better. Temp number 2, 3.
Let's just try this again. How about that one?
All right.
How about we just start it again? We don't need to keep count of how many times we're gonna try to start this car because you'll be on like number 50 in no time.
Pull the fuel filter, clean it out, check it out.
Oh, looks pretty clear.
That, but it's draining out super slow for being no lines on it.
We're gonna change the plugs, see if that helps. That's the update. We're gonna change the plugs. We've already changed the fuel filter, changed the fuel pump. Yeah, we're still lean, but we're gonna check some other stuff, pressure test the engine, make sure it's healthy. Could be a coil pack, could be a spark plug. We're gonna replace the spark plugs. I'm gonna go grab some and we'll put those in and see if that fixes it. You know, when you're working on your car and it don't run right, you're not in the happiest mood, you know? But the first start, it was way worse than this. But again, we remembered after the car sitting for 3 years that the one ECU that was in it is bad. And then we're like, oh yeah, that's right, the ECU is bad. And then we put the other one in and now it starts way better. But at idle, you could still kind of hear a miss. So, and that would cause not so great vacuum, which would cause probably going lean. So hopefully maybe we get lucky and spark plug solve that. If not, I do got extra packs and we could swap the packs, but then you won't know which one's bad if you swap all the packs. Which one's bad? I don't know. We swapped all of them. We have no idea. I haven't been waiting, actually. It's been sitting out in the yard for 3 years, just being neglected. We'll put it back together though. Put the interior back in and all that and just drive it regularly.
New fuel filter to test out. That one should be good.
Five 5238 is the number. Oh,
5238.
I screenshotted it. I'll call O'Reilly's and see if they got them. Okay. Hey, how you doing? I'm looking for a NGK spark plug. On the way to the shop to get the car tuned.
It's raining.
It's pouring.
The old man.
It's snoring. All right, we're driving to my buddy's shop
For tuning.
for a tuning. We're driving to my buddy's shop for tuna. Right?
No crust.
No crust.
So this car was working, then it stopped working because you guys threw coil unplugs on it and it needed a retune.
Yeah, COVID happened also, and you know, things got in the way. Business picked up. Didn't have time to work on it, so it sat for a couple years. You know, life gets in the way.
So you solved the injector issue yesterday?
I believe so. I think the other injectors are clogged. They're in the car, but we swapped them with different ones.
You think it was just from sitting for 3 years or
Oh
something?
yeah, 100%.
On E85?
Yeah, I mean, it was super lean with the other ones. Now it's super rich, but they're gonna put a whole new tune on it anyway, so not a big deal.
All right, exciting stuff. That's it.
All right, guys, we just got back to the shop. We just got done dropping the 3000 GT off at my buddy's shop to get tuned. So hopefully we got that back in a couple weeks. And then we'll do some cool content with that, maybe some rolling shots, some cinematic stuff, get it going, you know. So stay tuned. Maybe my voice will be better then. Yeah, maybe my voice will be back too in 1 or 2 weeks. It'll come back with the car. I think I dropped that off also.
All right. Sounds good, man.
Stay tuned, guys.
Over and out.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video of the VR4.